we now have the wonderful pleasure of meeting another of our Lead the Change finalists, Natsuko Suwaki. And, ooh, yeah, woo! Natsuko is a woman who works in big corporate, and her Lead the Change journey has really been about recognizing the extent to which her culture had been impacting how she was showing up in the world. Really, and seeing that within the environment of the Lead the Change community, how she was at times holding herself back or not necessarily communicating certain things she wanted to do, and she just felt that real difference. And she found her power and her voice through Lead the Change. And then she found that bravery to go back into the workplace and start communicating about those things. Very important that we do that, right? And I would like to invite her to the stage so she can share her journey. Please put your hands together for Natsuko!
I'm Natsuko. Whew, let me just take this in. So 12 months ago, I was sat over there, listening to Joe talk about Superwoman. And I realized just how much of my self-worth I associated with my career and how many expectations I could meet. So I signed up to Lead the Change. And my Lead the Change journey has been filled with reference points after reference points. And one of the most profound one happened to me at the BeFulfilled retreat when we all played one of many games. At the end of this particular game, I found myself to be the only one standing amongst around 80 people. And as we all reflected how we played the game and what it meant to us, I just felt this whole ball of emotions just build up and explode. And I just stood there in floods of tears, unraveling. And all I could think about was how different I was. The way I looked, the way I spoke, and my race. And then it was followed by all these memories of the times when being different brought me harm. When a complete stranger pushed me to the road and said some horrible stuff at me. And then realizing people just assumed I didn't understand English because of my name. And then feeling utterly invisible when even the diversity and inclusion initiative at work in a large global corporation didn't seem to feature somebody who looked like me ever. And then there was 7-year-old me, the little me, who was bullied by girls who looked just like me. Because to them, I was too small and too vocal. And every bit of memory was accompanied by inner voice that says, stop indulging yourself in self-pity. There's so many other people who are worse off than you, so get over yourself. So standing amongst fellow one-of-many women, I felt so alone. And I felt so overwhelmed with this pain. It's the pain of feeling othered. It's the very feeling I do everything in my power to avoid feeling ever. So through my life, I learned that being different is not okay. So I learned to navigate those differences. So I'll show you enough authenticity, but the rest of it I covered up with armors, just to protect myself from being othered. And if I can't find a way forward out of it, then I'll just other myself first, so no one else was going to do that to me. So returning to that room the next day was really difficult. But having the opportunity to share how I felt, and then to experience the unconditional love and support of this community is something I can't describe to you with words. So that day, I made a commitment to stop othering myself and then start claiming the place where I belonged. So for the rest of my lead change journey, I focused on reframing my lived experiences, understanding my cultural background and how it shaped the way I thought and put all these expectations around me. And I focused on connecting deeply with my version of soft power, understanding how it felt and how it looked, so that I can reframe my equation of my self-worth and to start believing in it. And it just simply says, I am worthy. So that reframing had a huge impact on me, especially at work. I wanted a place where I felt included. So I started facilitating I Am Remarkable sessions where I support women learn how to self-promote and to feel empowered and comfortable in owning their success. And in my normal job, I was asked to lead a capability program for a department of around 160. And it includes traveling internationally to hold space for other people, to feel included and authentic and feel safe to doing so, whilst they upskill their capability. So with this momentum, I plucked up the courage to ask my manager for some funding for what I wanted to do next in one of many. I was really excited to have this conversation with my manager. And it started like this. Thanks for the proposal. Let me give you some feedback. So I thought, oh, okay, bring it on. And he said, I feel like you've written something you thought you had to write, but not what you want to say. And I really want to know what you're not telling me here. Would you feel comfortable doing that? So we had a conversation where he just saw me passionately talk about the inner work I've been doing, realm and hearth, and then how important it was for me to feel safe, to bring the whole of me, my authentic self, to work with ease. With ease so that I can reallocate that energy to doing something more impactful. So he understood the reasons behind my tears, and he thanked me for being open, and then told me to pat myself on the back for being open. And he said he was going to do the same because he felt like he was doing something right by me. So by changing the way I hold myself, I've gained a strong male ally at work who will hold me accountable for what I committed to and will support me. So I stand here in front of you as the Leader Change graduate, excited about what's coming ahead. My name is Natsuko. And I'm a mum, I'm a scientist, and I'm a people enabler. This is me. This is who I am. Thank you.
Natsu, if there is one thing you could ask from this community in terms of support, what would that be?
So I recently rewrote my purpose, and it goes something like, to powerfully create and hold space for women who ever felt othered, to feel safe and start reclaiming the place where they belonged. And I don't really know what that looks like. But I'm going to do something in the future where I'd love to lean into this community. And I'm a very friendly person, but I'm more of an introvert. So it takes me a lot of energy to come up to you and connect with you. So there's something I'm doing. I'm starting to ask to take selfies with me. because I'm creating this collage which reminds me how connected I am to so many different women. So if you feel comfortable, please come to me and let me know that you're happy to do that with me. Or just find me on LinkedIn, or just let me know that what my story resonated with you, and that will be just so amazing. Thank you.
Give it up for Natsuko! What a beautiful example of soft power leadership. And here's the thing, can you hear that there isn't just one way to do this, right? There's so many different ways, and you can each find your own way. And that's what's important. What's the authentic version of your soft power leadership? That's our invitation for you to explore this weekend and far beyond.